Hi, I'm Shell Haffner, Manager of Worldwide Product Marketing here at Xerox. Welcome to our second session of Ask the Experts. Today, our experts are joining me today from Graphic Design USA, the editor, Gordon Kaye, and with the creative director, Alana Greenberg. We're both here to help us kick off a conversation around the enduring power of print within the graphic design and creative community. Welcome, Gordon and Alana.
Hello.
Shell. It's fun, exciting to be here.
All right, it's great to have you both with us. Also joining today's session is Carlos Perez, Creative Director at Anderson Direct Marketing. Thanks for being here, Carlos.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
We're honored to have you all with us today, and we're going to have a lively conversation around questions that are top of mind for many in the creative community. So let's go ahead and get started. Fast Code Design recently published an article about the 7 myths of graphic design. And you know, one they may have left off is print is dead. Gordon, start us off by telling us a little bit about the dynamic nature of print and why it's endured over these years.
Well, Shell, as you can imagine, I do not like that myth. Print is alive. It's very much alive. It's changing, it's challenged, but yes, it's alive. There are 2 fundamental reasons for this. One is that you can touch and feel and hold print. It has classic qualities that never go away. It's tangible, it's sensual, it's permanent, and it's real. This creates an emotional and human connection that no other media has ever really been able to achieve. People like that, people need that in this virtual world, and great designers know how to use that. The second point I would make is that print is remarkably practical and accessible. It's convenient, portable, readable, unplugged. You can take it anywhere without compromising the design. Now, this is not to knock digital communications, which has its own strengths, and they are many and varied. But by its nature, it's fleeting and it's ephemeral. So not to get too cute, but the very strengths of digital communication is that it's easy, but the weakness is that it's easy too. So I would say that if print did not exist, we really would have to invent it.
Thank you, Gordon. I completely agree with all of your points. As to the idea of the feel, the touch of paper, as a consumer, I am usually called to action when I have a postcard in hand, when I have a postcard sitting on my shelf for 5 weeks, but then again, it's there. It's in my hands, and I feel a real emotional connection to it. Carlos, you deal with print media all the time. How do you feel about this?
Print media is very relevant in today's digital age and can communicate in ways that the digital experience cannot, as you pointed out. People also remember print communications better. A recent study reveals that online reading may not be as effective or rewarding for the reader as the printed word. Physical manipulation of the device distracts our focus, and the lack of physical dimension also seems to interfere. The result is that people do not fully absorb digital media in the way that they absorb print media information. Digital ads just don't have the same effect as the print print ad can have on someone. And other studies have shown that in terms of their comparison to the impact of internet banner ads in standard sizes, they do not hold up in terms of the memory power. A full-page 4-color magazine ad, as compared to things like a TV spot, has 83% of the value of a 30-second TV spot. The typical internet banner ad has only 16% of that same value. And as a result, it's a 40 times difference. The key to success in print, of course, is relevance. It's the same with any media. So we need to ask ourselves important questions. What media is our audience in touch with at the time they're most receptive to this communication in this media?
Interesting points. And you know, Gordon, I just read the 50th anniversary edition of Graphic Design USA, and you were asking readers if print has an important place in graphic communication. What was the response?
Well, it's interesting. We've been doing this survey literally for all the 50 years that we've been in business. And in 2013, what readers are telling us is that they value all the classic strengths of print that we have already touched upon. They also see print evolving in positive ways. And most important of all, they see print as a crucial element in how they make a living. Let me just throw out a few statistics without boring you. 93% of all professional graphic designers work in print as part of their mix.
I work in print. Sorry,
that's 93.2%. 75% of their projects involve print. 6 out of every 8 hours they spend in the office involves print. Almost 90% of them are involved in buying, printing, and specifying paper, and choosing desktop products like color printers and copiers. So the bottom line is they're intensely involved in print, and it is the way they make their living.
But you know, print pundits often cite how print is old-fashioned and wasteful. However, advocates talk about how print is getting smarter and greener. And where do you stand on that, Gordon?
Well, you know, we all understand the economic and social and technological reality that we're facing. Print has to get faster, smarter, more streamlined, and more affordable to survive. And in fact, I think the industry is doing that really well. Let me touch upon just a couple of ways. One is that it's gotten more efficient because you can do targeted digital short runs. A lot of the waste that used to happen no longer does. Secondly, designers are using new technology to make print more responsive and more interactive and more personalized. QR codes and augmented reality, variable data printing, one-to-one marketing. And finally, and I would not underestimate this point, print has become a lot more lean and green, which is very important to its future and to the way designers feel about it. Print has made tremendous strides in sustainability.
Those are excellent points, Gordon. And you know, we only have one planet after all, so we need to consider the entire supply chain, and that's very, very important too. Carlos, from your direct marketing perspective, what are you hearing from your clients?
Well, there's certainly agreement that print is getting smarter and the ways to use it, both smarter and greener. It also enjoys a unique power. A print communication can quickly bridge over to a digital media with things like that have been mentioned before, QR codes and URLs. A digital communication doesn't enjoy that. It can't bridge over to a print communication at an instant without involvement by the audience. Direct mail, one of the things I work a lot with, is still #1 consumer acquisition channel compared to other marketing endeavors. It has the highest rate of gaining new customers. The Direct Marketing Association, for instance, has found that direct mail has a response rate of up to 10 to 30 times that of email, and even higher when you compare that to online display advertising. So those are some pretty powerful numbers compared to other media, and using it judiciously and in ways that that reduces the footprint and impact on the environment are the way to go.
So it seems there's this synergy between print and digital. And that reminds me, Louis Dvorkin, Chief Product Officer at Forbes Media, he recently stated in an interview that social media and digital messaging help extend the Forbes brand to more people. You know, and that ultimately helped the print version of Forbes magazine. So Alana, have you seen this for GDUSA, and do you think this is just an exception, or is it the rule?
Absolutely. Within the past 2 or 3 years, we have really forged ahead and extended social media to all aspects of our marketing. We've pushed the traffic to our website to numbers we've never seen before. And in turn, our subscription rates have gone up because people know who we are. Whether it's the exception or the rule, I think we're at the beginning of this evolution. And in because of that, I think that maybe we're a little more of the exception right now than the rule, but only because not everyone has adopted these digital and print working together. But I think that this will change very soon, and everyone will see that combining both areas is really the key to success.
That's really interesting. And do you think it's beyond just publication notoriety and circulation? Is this combination of digital and print useful for traditional print marketing as well?
Oh, I think in every aspect at this point, just as we keep talking about QR codes, things like that. The interactivity between print and digital media has just become part of the routine. We market through print, we market through digital, and they work seamlessly.
That's great. I know I've experienced that as well. So Gordon, looking in our crystal ball in 1 to 5 years, where do you think print will be in that time frame?
We asked this question in our survey, and a common answer was, I don't even know what I'm going to have for dinner. I guess know it's going to happen 5 years from now. But I think the vast majority of people, and I am certainly in this camp, are bullish about print. And it's for reasons that Carlos mentioned, among others. Clearly, print is no longer the superstar of communications, but it's an important team player. Designers have figured out and are figuring out how to use print in integrated marketing to collaborate, to complement, to enhance, to advance programs, and occasionally to spearhead them still. They do it better now than they did it 5 years ago. I believe they will do it better 5 years from now than they do it now. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, so print is still an effective tool in the toolbox for designers. Ilana, are designers appreciated? Is good design critical to business success, do you think?
I do, and I think with the social media aspect added to a standard brand at this point, design has become even more important because you have to carry one idea across so many different platforms. Print is certainly one of those platforms, but if you have to create a Facebook page, you have to create a Twitter icon, you have to create a Google Plus / page. Places where design is integrated into a brand now have grown exponentially over even the past 6 months, and it just keeps growing and growing. So in my opinion, design has become completely critical to branding.
Interesting. And Carlos, from your perspective, are your clients asking to use more or less print in their campaigns?
An increasing number of programs that use direct mail to make use print to make the big part of the impression, either the initial impression or the one where people can read and dwell with the media a little bit more, supported by an appropriate mix of other media, digital media. So at Anderson, one of the things that we work with is that we're media agnostic, and we're held accountable to performance metrics for the overall campaign. So tactics such as direct mail and digital printing are used with digital media to create campaigns that blend it all together and bring in the greater ROI that our clients are looking for. Different audiences and different consideration processes require different mixes of media and different points at different times. We've learned that one size doesn't fit all when it comes to how to use print media, but there's certainly a place for it at the table.
Yeah, so bottom line, we need to give clients results, right? That's the lesson there. So Ilana, Graphic Design USA, you also have an iPad app, is that correct?
We do.
So designing for print versus iPad, are they similar? Tell the viewers out there that might be considering something like this, what are the things they have to worry about?
Sure. You don't have to worry about as much as you think. Basically, designing for a print magazine and designing for an app are pretty similar. I start at the same point with content that is good, pictures that work, and we develop from our pages into PDFs into an app. So it's really an opportunity for many publications to start engaging in this world. The thing that is wonderful about the app that I do not have in print is the interactivity. The links that we add, the video that we add, we're pushing all different types of advertising within the iPad. It's really important to try all these different media, and in the iPad app, it's so easy. It's really amazing how you could instantly connect with your reader on an iPad.
It's great, and you keep pushing those limits. That's fantastic. Well, we're running a little short on time, but with the time we have left, any last thoughts, Gordon?
Yeah, I would make one last point. What our readers are telling us also is that there's some debate as to the level of volume that print may have in the next 5 or 10 or even 50 years. But there's no debate about the fact that given this digital era and the deluge of information, that print is special. That print will stand out, and that its characteristics really give it a lot of power and potential for the designer to use. And there's no debate about that.
Fantastic. How about Ilana?
I completely agree, and I actually was going to speak to the same idea, which is print and digital can work together. And in this age of digital overload, I feel print has almost become novel and exciting. And when you see a piece in print, it's different. It's not what you're seeing every minute of the day. And I think that is what is going to keep print dynamic.
Great. Carlos?
For me and for the people I talk with as designers, it's an exciting time for print because it's no longer just taken for granted, as Ilana pointed out. It is special. And with the explosion of new media tactics, we're using print in ways that really deepen engagement that we could have never done 5 years ago, and it's going to change in the 5 to 10 years coming up. The future looks very bright for those willing to change along with print as it develops further in the future.
Wonderful. Great insights from the three of you. Thank you very much. So here's what I take away from today. Okay, so we have printed material has a role to play in today's marketing campaigns, especially where that human connection is needed or desired. The second thing is the combination of digital and print formats provide superior results, it sounds like, compared to campaigns using only one format or another. And I think the most important thing, as always, designers supply the creativity to boost a business or brand, regardless of the medium, which means good designers should be considered a true asset of any business. So I'd like to thank Gordon, Ilana, and Carlos for being with us today and providing your insights. For more information about digital print and design, follow Xerox Office, Xerox Production, and GDUSA on Twitter, or visit us at www.xerox.com/SMB. Thank you. I'm Shell Haffner, and this is Xerox Ask the Experts.